what's this whole course about? In fact, this is broader than just transitions. This is about leadership itself. But when you come in at the beginning, when you come in and you take over a new situation, maybe you're promoted from the team, maybe you've come from another team, maybe you've come from outside, the very first thing that you've got to do is understand your situation. Take the time to understand before you jump and dive in on anything. And the tools that we'll look in this course that will help you understand the situation, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, the SWOT analysis, the 5 questions, the 5 conversations to have with your boss so that you establish what their expectations are for you, the surveys, the plant tours, walking around, seeing what's important in the company. So giving yourself enough time to really understand what the situation is. In the course we also talk about 4 entry situations. What was the previous performance? Is this a new department where you're starting from scratch, or is there something that you're taking on, sort of some pre-existing problems? So really taking the time to understand your situation. And this can happen before you take formal control of the job. But understanding the situation with tools will allow you to identify actions that are meaningful. And the input from the surveys, the input from your communication with clients, with the people that depend on your team, with the employees that are already in your team, will allow you to start to make lists and lists of potential actions. Actions that are implementable, actions that are currently hassles. But this list is a dangerous thing. And I think the biggest danger in any leader's life is having 100 or 200 or 500 different potential things, different projects you're involved in. Because if you have more than 5 priorities, you really don't have any priority. So once you've got the idea of some actions, and what's important to do is understand what an action is versus a dream. An action is something tangible and real, and you know you've got the capability to do it. And we'll use some tools in terms of ease of implementation and degree of impact that these actions will have to prioritize, leading you to the most important thing that you can develop as an early leader, which is your top 5. What are the top 5 things that your leadership of this team is going to be all about? And my practice is to update these top 5 every 3 months. So you're running a 90-day leadership transition every 90 days as you move with the team and as a leader. But the process must end up with 5 priority areas that are important for you as a leader, and the team understands it. And if anyone asks anyone on the team what's going on, these top 5, they know those are our guiding lights. But that top 5 has 1. Of those top 5, there's the top 1 of 5, and that is the truly unmissable big thing that you're going to stake your leadership on. But these top 5, just as ideas, just as actions, remain meaningless. What we'll need to do is work these top 5 down into something that makes them tangible and real to the individuals in your team. And both turns your team from a group of individuals into a team that are starting to identify as a team and perform strongly as a team and have each other's backs, but also individuals who take full responsibility, that you've pushed the accountability back at all times. In order to achieve this culture of accountability, you need a couple of things. One is these top 5. What are the critical success factors? So that the team really understands why these things are important. It links back to all the conversations that you've had with the team, with the external environment, with your boss, with the people that matter. And the team understands why what they're doing is important, how it fits into a bigger picture. And the critical success factors help you understand how and why you fit into the bigger picture. But what's important in focusing the day-to-day progress and work are KPIs, key performance indicators. And we need 1 number for each of these 5 that is the number that shows that we're on target. And we want a scoreboard and a rhythm so that everyone in the team knows what's important, knows what we're measuring, knows how their work connects into those measures. And one of the important things of any great achiever, whether it's mountain climbers one of the things that I've learned in spending time with mountain climbers is they don't look much at the summit. They very much focus on what's the next step. And KPIs and this daily rhythm in a team is about the next step, not getting blinded by all the things that could be done, but really focusing down on what are the next right thing that needs to be done. And good critical success factors help your team understand why, critical performance indicators understand the daily rhythm, the daily activities, and a culture where you're delegating back problems. What do you need to get it done? How can I help you get it done? That's your problem. What are you going to do with it? And cultivating a team performance, individual accountability, where everyone has the back of everyone else. No excuse is accepted. People are expected to come to every meeting with you and every meeting with the team having done what they can without needing permission of anyone. No justification, no excuses, and a very clear focus on delivering on these KPIs, CFSFs, and that number one top priority is nailed in your first 3 months, because that will start a waterfall effect where your credibility starts to grow. You will then have the resources, and the senior people in the company will start to have you on their radar screen and make sure that both your team members are going to get good opportunities, but also you're going to get handed resources to get bigger and bigger things done. So the whole course is looking at understanding your situation, rapidly identifying actions, prioritizing, and then turning those priorities into something tangible that gets work moving and done. So you really show achievement, gain a reputation, and the team feels like they're part of something, they're connected, and they're feeling that daily movement. And all that together is going to really make a difference in the way the team feels.